Fun Friday, we are here. We are live for Fun Friday. It's a dance party. Dancing. Get your dance on. Get your dance on. Because you know what? It is Friday morning when you're hearing this. And it's right there at the weekend. It's time to have a little fun. To start thinking about the weekend, y'all.
Yes, do it. And if you're not listening to this on Friday morning because you're listening to it later, then still have a good time.
Act like it's Friday.
Act like it's Friday.
It's Friday in your heart.
Yes, that feeling that when you know that you are at close to the end of your workday, that's what we want you to be experiencing when you listen to us.
Why can't Friday be every day in our hearts? Put that joy in your heart and have a Friday day every day. Amen.
High
That's
five.
good stuff. High fives all around.
There you go.
So today's topic is pretty sweet. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yes, it's another one of those. Oh,
you're good. It includes one of my favorite movies of all times.
That is true. It does.
It does. And we are talking about the Adventure Challenge.
Yes, the Adventure Challenge, which we did a whole episode on talking about Adventure Challenge. And so this is one of the dates that came from that. So I will show you here, just in case if you're watching on YouTube, we have the Adventure
the Adventure Challenge.
We're
going to talk more on that momentarily. So y'all get ready. This is going to be a really fun, really cool episode. We have some good takeaways that you don't want to miss because this can be a blessing for your family. So we'll see you in a minute.
Sure. All right, so now let's get into it. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, so again, the Adventure Challenge is a book that you can order for your family. You can order it for a couples or even for a friend. It's something that you can have for yourself or you can buy for a gift. But it's filled with ideas.
Out of the box thinking.
Out of the box thinking. And I will say, I recently listened to a podcast, and now I'm a huge fan of the creator of Adventure Challenge. And he has a podcast called Fail Journals, and it's all about how we need to fail in order to succeed, right? Like you just keep moving past it, which we've talked about.
Parenting fails, actually.
Yeah.
We have an episode called Parenting Fails.
So the failure is often looked at as a bad thing, but it's actually a way to learn and grow from it. So anyways, he's very an interesting guy who created this book and the process that he got there. And he loves Jesus too. He also cusses a little.
But that's okay.
But I love that about him is that he is so out of the box thinking, and he doesn't, even just with Christianity, he talks about, when he talks about his faith, like he doesn't like that people automatically will put you in a box. If you're a Christian, this is what you should look like, and that he doesn't fit in that box. It's a really interesting podcast interview, and just he's a really interesting guy. So now I'm just more of a fan. I didn't know this backstory, but now I do. So Adventure Challenge is something that we had ordered for our family.
We ordered it because it's really cool, or you had stumbled on the idea, liked it and everything. So we got it.
Yeah, as a couples thing, but we used it with our family as well. This last one anyways, is you scratch off, that has different dates in it, and you just get a coin, you scratch it off.
You don't know what it is.
But you do know like a time frame. Like this one says after dark, it's going to take like 3 to 4 hours. The head title, the main title is Hotter Than Bae. Bae is like you're better than anyone else, like your boyfriend kind of thing, like person that's your significant other. And it costs $0 to $10, it says, to do this. And so we scratched it off. We didn't know what it was going to be.
That's the cool thing is it's got scratch off. So you don't know exactly what it is. You scratch it off like a lottery ticket or something, and you get to see, hey, what are we going to do?
Yes, and this one says, set up a TV, laptop, or portable DVD player in the backyard. Spread out a blanket. Pop the corn, not the corner.
Pop the corner.
I was thinking candy corn in my head. Get candy, because it had candy written right after it. Get candy and watch a movie. Get inspired. Make it look beautiful. Get candles. Start a bonfire or decorative lights. So what we did, because we have a pool in the backyard and we had a projector, we took okay, I'm just going to tell y'all guys, this is how I do things. I created this whole, we're doing a movie night out at the pool. And about an hour before we were supposed to do it, he says, "What's our screen?" And I was like, "I don't know. We're just going to get a white sheet and put it on the wall." And he's like, "Is that going to work?" And I was like, "I don't know." And so I go find a shower curtain, an old white shower curtain that we had, and get it to attach on our wall.
Yeah, we on the outside wall, we just took some tacks and pinned it up. And it worked. It worked. Now, this had some striped designs on it.
There was a little bit of lines.
So you did have some lines on it, but it was still kind of cool. It was a cool vibe, and
some of us got in the pool, and some of the kids didn't want to get in the pool. They just like laid on the hammocks or what have you to watch the movie. But again, we did pick I asked the kids to pick the movie, and they picked. You want to say?
Yeah, Point Break. So the original, the one with Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze,
my favorite.
Those two dynamic duo, that's one of my favorite of all times. There's only a few movies that I could watch over and over and over again. That is one of them. So I think I'd exposed Riley to that a while back. This was after the new one had come out, and she was talking about it, and I'm like, I haven't even, to be honest, I haven't even watched the new one because I don't want it to ruin one of the greatest movies ever, in my opinion. But so, I said, well, you got to watch this one. And she did. She watched that, and she was like, oh, this one's way better. I'm like, right? Come on. It's Keanu Reeves, and they're like surfing, and there's like, oh, it's just awesome.
It was a good movie. Now, we do have older kids. Like, our youngest is 18, and her boyfriend came over, and then our son and daughter, so we all gathered around. They're older, so we can pick older movies, not just little kid movies. But the fun thing about doing these is you get to pick like parts of it out, and that it doesn't say this in the Adventure Challenge.
This is what we do. And if you haven't heard movie theme nights, you'll have to go back and listen to that, because we do have a podcast that was out before that kind of explains
I think
what
it's episode
we'll do
12.
with the movie.
If you're just scrolling and looking,
Yeah.
I believe it's episode 12. So go listen to that. But I like to pick like a food that comes from it and some sort of theme. So like Point Break, it has a water theme. So I added us watching it inside the pool.
So we were actually in the pool for 2 hours watching
Our
the
fingers
movie.
were a little bit wrinkly.
They were a little wrinkly, yeah.
And it was a tad bit cold. Even though it was summer in Texas, but it was still a tad bit cold.
If you kept moving, though, if you would move, you stayed somewhat warm.
We're sharing with you some of the non-perfections because we've done a movie outdoors before. I had a bunch of youth over, and we get everything like we've had several fails with movie nights. Yeah. One of the fails was when we go to actually watch the movie. We had all these adorable like blankets spread out everywhere. And then you go at night to look at it, and they were covered in spiders.
Like spiders were everywhere.
There were spiders everywhere, and then nobody wanted to sit on the blankets.
Like, how do you do that?
And then I had to wash all them blankets, and nobody even used them. Then another time we tried an outdoor movie night, and
we had a technology failure.
The water overflowed, remember?
Oh,
the water because we had so many teenagers over, it overflowed the water from the swimming pool into our yard, and it was
a big muddy
saturated and a little bit dangerous. Yeah. So you got to be careful and think through some stuff. But by the fourth time we tried it, we got it right.
Yeah, we did good. And so this adventure challenge, when we scratched it off and it said outdoor movie, we knew exactly what to do. It was we did. You know what? We're going to one-up this adventure challenge. And that's the cool thing is you can kind of take it and tweak it and make it your own, right? That's what these podcasts are for on Fun Fridays, is to give you those ideas. You can take it, you can tweak it, you can do whatever. Make it fit your family. It's just being intentional with each other. But we took this and we said, you know what? We can one-up that and let's do a theme night with it. We'll do it by the pool because it is a beach water surfing type feel. And then for the food, if you've ever seen Point Break, I mean, we're talking a meatball sub. I mean, you've got Utah, give me two, and that's the time that Utah leaves to go get 2 subs for him and his partner, And right when he's doing that, that's when the bank gets robbed. And it's like, oh, man.
Which is what they had been waiting to capture.
They've been doing a stakeout and everything. So, yeah, it was one of those. And so we cooked meatball subs.
There's actually like people on YouTube that make videos about foods that are in movies. So it's not like you have to come up with all this. I just Googled it and I watched a YouTube video on these guys talking about Point Break and the subs in there. So then I just got the ingredients and followed it. And it was really good.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It was good. In fact, I don't think we've ever done meatball subs before. But it was really good. So we had fun making them. So we made them and cooked it. And then we had the subs, and then we watched the movie. So yeah.
And it wasn't anything crazy or spectacular. It was a pretty chill night, but we ate dinner and then went outside and sat in the pool or the hammocks and watched it. Another memory that's marked down for our family.
Yep. So Point Break will take on a new meaning for us like never before. So it was a family night.
And for you, you'd be like, well, that's nice for you since you have a swimming pool or a projector and all that. I mean, which you can order online if you want to do that. It's actually not as expensive as you would think it would be to have that. And then you have it and you can use it to watch movies. But the suggestion in here is set up a TV or laptop or portable DVD player. You could just put a blanket out and put your computer out there and y'all just lay on the blanket and watch the movie together. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular or as extreme as we did.
Yeah, so it's just having that idea of, normally we're watching movies inside. Take it outside. Let's do something different. And that was really a fun concept, but that's part of the book. And the cool thing with that book, and if you've caught it before in the past, is it gives you a place where you can put a photo here. Now, if you're on YouTube and you're watching this, we don't have a photo of that yet. So we're going to print out a photo of that night.
Well, the problem was I took the photo in the dark when we were outside, and it didn't really show up very well.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to still print it. And it's going to be like this black photo that's a memory of
and then you have the lines where you fill it out, so we've got to do that because we haven't filled that out for this date yet.
But that is what's cool about the book is now not only is it giving you the fun ideas, but it's also like a journal of your date nights that you get to keep, and that's something that you can always look back on and laugh, say, hey, remember this.
Yeah, it's like a photo album that you have of 50 dates that you've gone on with your family by the end of it. So really neat. And again, they have it for your like a couples edition. They have family edition. They have friend edition. They even have single edition. Or like there's a holiday like map that you get and you can scratch off that they usually do. And if you want this, like we are affiliates with, like sometimes we'll tell y'all like we're not affiliates, we don't get anything. We're just telling you this. Yeah. This one, and we actually have a link with them. So if you order through that link, you get 10% off. So.
Yeah, and that's really cool. So what we'll do is we'll put the promo code in the show notes. That way at checkout, we'll give you the link there to go and just check it out. And maybe that's something you want to do. It makes a great gift.
It does.
If you're trying to think of maybe something for your parents or something for friends or family. Weddings, things like that. Man, this is a really cool, out-of-the-box, different gift. So many times I find myself banging my head saying, what do I get somebody? It's just another random materialistic thing. Let me just run to Walmart and get a toy, or whatever, just a little plastic thingy.
Like how awesome is it to give them something that they can create more memory? It really is the gift that keeps on giving, like because they can create memories with their family or their
and it's not just a one date idea. This is something that they could probably use at least all year long, maybe a couple years, depending on how slow or how fast you go through it. But it's the gift that keeps on giving, and you're helping someone else create memories together. So you're kind of pouring into that. So it really is. We've loved it. We love the product. That's why we became affiliates with them. That's why we want to be able to not only be that affiliate, but be able to give you a 10% discount on that too. Because we do really love the product. We stand behind it. So it is there. Check it out if that's something you're interested in. All that stuff is in the show notes. Or we're going to keep posting these. As we do them, the times that we do, we have another one coming up soon that we still have to put on the calendar. We scratched one off, and so that one's going to be, if you're a wife, do you feel like it's hard to talk to your husband? How about you guys? Do you ever feel like it's difficult to talk to your wife? And most of the time as a blended couple, it almost always ends up being about the kids. This is one of the areas that was really hard for me and Scarlett to figure out. It took us many years in our marriage before finding a real solution. You either end up bottling it all up on the inside, or you just end up blowing up all over each other. Both ways leave you feeling unheard, frustrated, or really just mad at each other.
For sure, but once we learned how to work through our issues instead of letting our issues wreak havoc in our marriage, we were so much more equipped to create better solutions to all the parenting issues that came up in our family. Instead of fighting and arguing about things, we were able to start working through them and working together as a team, and it actually brought us closer together.
We want you to have the opportunity to have the same playbook that it took us years to figure out, so that you and your spouse can be on the same page a lot quicker and help you overcome a lot of the parenting drama while getting better solutions for both of you. So right now, we are pre-selling the Same Page Parenting Playbook. The cool thing is, during this pre-sale, we're giving it to you half off. And we're also throwing in a lot of free bonuses with it. Now, the bad news is this pre-sale is only going on until October 29th. After that, you miss out on this amazing deal. So don't wait. Get it today so you don't miss out.
The link for more details on the Same Page Parenting Playbook is in the show notes below. We've had so many parents telling us this is the #1 issue that they face as a blended family. So get it today before this amazing offer goes away. You don't want to miss out on this. Now back to the episode. It's a
Kinda
tasting
exciting.
one. We have to go blindfolded, and you have like different foods that you buy, and they have to like try to figure out what the
food is blindfold.
We haven't decided if we're going to be nice or mean to each other yet. So I don't know about that one.
So yeah, we're gonna have to talk on that, and we'll do that one, and then we'll do another. We'll share kind of that as well. So we're gonna share these as we do them. This is just another thing that we use to be intentional with each other. This is another thing we use to be intentional with our kids. So, you know, we have multiple things we do. We just try to be, at least every week, be intentional one way or another. So this is just us passing along. Today's is an outdoor movie.
And just so you know, if you're planning your outdoor movie, like your wheels are spinning, like there are a few things to keep in consideration before we let you go today. Like the time of day is very important on an outdoor movie, especially if there's a time change coming. You want to put that in consideration because you want it to be dark outside.
That's a quick Google search on your area sunset. When does the sun set? That way you know, because if you try to do it during the day, you're going to have issues trying to see it.
Yeah, and if you live in an area where there's a lot of mosquitoes, like where we are, you want to plan accordingly for that, because that can make a miserable movie night outside if it's during a season where there's a bunch of mosquitoes. You want to have a blanket, something you can, lay down on outside. The speakers is something you have to put in consideration, but I think we ended up using this time your little portable speaker, right?
I had a portable Bluetooth speaker that we were able to connect to the laptop, so it worked out really well. You can have plug-in speakers, or maybe your laptop is loud enough if y'all get close enough to it, so that may not even be an issue. But yeah, a lot of they now have Bluetooth for everything, and maybe your computer does that, but that's kind of what we did. I did have this little Bluetooth that we use out at the pool to where it connects to our phones and things. We can play music. So, and
you can even put in your headphones if y'all want to be close enough.
And that's true.
If it's just the two of y'all.
Do
and
a silent movie.
Yeah, it's like you're both listening but nobody else. That's another thing you got to consider. If your movie has some cuss words and you're going to be playing it outside and your neighbors are outside, you want to be cautious of that because it'll be blaring those words out there.
True.
If you're playing a disc or if you're getting it on Netflix, like certain devices don't let you project I don't know how they know, but they don't let you project. So you want to do a trial run through that if it's Netflix or something you're trying to project it, or Amazon, any of the places that you stream your shows, or how far back you are from the Wi-Fi, or if you're using a DVD, making sure you have the ability to play a DVD on. I'm telling you all the dumb things that I did not think of each of the times we've done something like this.
She's like, this is what we're doing. And then I'm thinking through the technology aspects of it. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? And so, but it can be as simple as opening up your laptop and watching a movie, or it can be as complex as you want it to be, to where you've got up surround sound speakers on a big projection display. So, however elaborate you want it, or how simplistic you want it. So it's just a fun idea, something different to do that we normally don't. So, you're taking the drive-in style and you're bringing it to your house.
There you go.
So, cool idea.
Love it.
We had a lot of fun. It was fun memories with our family. So enjoy that with yours. Let that spark some ideas for you. And y'all go out and watch an outdoor movie. And if you want, get the Adventure Challenge. Check it out. See if that's something you're interested in or want to give it as gifts and stuff too. So we do have that 10% off code there for you if you decide you want to go
Enjoy
that
the
route.
moment is the promo code. So
enjoy the moment.
Not enjoying the moment. It's just enjoy the moment.
All one word.
Yeah.
So that's there at checkout. If you use that, you'll get that 10% off. We'll put that in the show notes so you don't have to remember it. It'll be there. But it's a cool thing. Check it out. If not, keep trying to do something to be intentional with each other to build those relationships. Because you don't want to miss out on that. That's one of the most important things in life are these relationships.
I always say that. You will never regret the time you spent with your family.
Yeah. So, love you guys. We will see you on the next Fun Friday. So I was throwing on the podcast. I was throwing my sign language.
See, I was so proud he made it through the beginning intro without doing that. And I wasn't going to say congratulations because then I didn't want him to go do it. But here we are. He got it at the end. His FF Fun Friday.
I don't even have to say it. I'm just throwing a sign.
All right. Until next time, guys. Later.
Hey, thanks for joining us for another Fun Friday here at Enjoying Your Blended Family. All the links we talked about today are in the show notes. And if you enjoyed listening, be sure to subscribe because it's free and it lets you know when we have another episode out for you to listen to.
And if you don't mind helping us out so we can start reaching more people, leave us a rating and review. You never know when we'll give you a shout out. Until next time, have fun being intentional and remember to enjoy the moment.